Hi everybody, it's Kevin Bray CPP again with another installment on a series of videos I'm doing about my experiences in studying for and successfully passing the ASIS CPP Certified Protection Professional exam. Today's not going to be about any specific study guide, it's just a little advice primarily for my fellow retired law enforcement colleagues. And to some extent, anybody else that's been in any kind of the security industry for a very long time and has involved themselves in at least most of the 7 domains that you're going to be tested on. I want to tell you what a retired lieutenant from my former agency, the North Carolina Highway Patrol, told me when I called him and asked him to give me some feedback on how his path to the CPP progressed and what his experiences were. And I remember the first thing that he told me was, you already know 70% of what you need to know, which was surprising. It was encouraging, but I was very taken aback by it because I had just gotten done taking some practice test, and it wasn't the ASIS practice test. It was something else. I don't remember what it was. But I had made a 66 on it. My retired lieutenant predicted, without even talking to me, that he predicted where I was at based on his knowledge of what we had done as troopers in North Carolina. So I'm going to give you the benefit of that information. If you've got a full career in law enforcement, the only thing you might have trouble with is the same thing I had trouble with, which was business principles and practices. And that is because during our law enforcement careers, that is just not something we involved ourselves in. We weren't business people. But everything else that we were going to be tested on, we probably did. Some of it so well that we could probably teach a course on it. And I'm going to tell you, when you start, if you get the ASIS study guide and you start going through it for the CPP, you're going to see things that you could have probably written yourself, or at least taught it. So it's not like you're starting from zero. You do not have to memorize the 1,000 pages of the Protection of Assets manual. You've already got several hundred pages of that information in your head. So what that meant for me, and it should mean for you, is study the stuff you're weak at first and focus on that. Don't waste your time worrying about certain details on stuff you already know well. There's very few detailed questions on the test. I've said it before, I'll say it again, you're going to be tested on your understanding of the concepts. Security principles and practices are all concept-based. If you understand it, if you've applied it in real life, you're going to be able to figure it out using your seasoned common sense. So that's all I wanted to give you today. My next video is going to be on the very first book I bought that I got somewhere on the internet that my retired lieutenant directed me to. That was the only thing that I was a little bit disappointed about. I'll talk more about it later. But that's all I wanted to give you. I hope everybody had a safe and enjoyable 4th of July weekend. Stay tuned. There's going to be more for you on this. And put some stuff in the comments, something you might like to see, hear, or know about. Put in the comments, and I'll try to address it for you. Peace out.